Hello everyone, and I hope everyone's having a good morning and a good night. And this video is going to be very special to me and those who love this country and want to bring the pride and, I say this correctly, pride and energy back to make positive changes for the greater good. And before I go into further details about this, to all those haters out there, just keep an open mind. And if you can't, that's understandable. So, and now, and that's the only warning I'm going to give on this. If you can't handle what I'm going to say next, just don't type anything at all negative and think about what I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. And the main message is this. I want to thank the patriots who had the courage to do the thing that we were told not to do by the crazy left who ran this great country for 4 years and turned it into, and I'm simply going to put it simply as this: dog water for their own benefits. Us normal Americans, we were suffering for 4 years by the crazy left with no hope in sight, losing our jobs, crazy increases in everything, food, bills, you name it. And we couldn't do a lot of things that we couldn't do, even go to school. Even the youth couldn't even go to college anymore and had to pay the consequences with the vaccines and everything. And they lost opportunities. And those who went to college and took the vaccine, like I did, I'm sure my heart's messed up by this point, but I don't know how bad. Because of their crazy ideas that make no damn sense and hurt us in the long run. And now, basically going a little bit forward, I want to talk about a person who is controversial and is hated on for doing the right things to put this country back on track. He was our president during 2016, and I didn't vote for him by that time because I wasn't interested in politics. I'm not going to lie about it. But this is just me embracing myself fully and being myself. So, and I'm proud to finally do this and want to do this the right way and not word anything wrong by this point. But our current president, I greatly admire and see him as my hero at this point because he inspires me to do YouTube in the first place. Of course, God is first. So is family. Those who are important is also. But with him back in office after the election was rigged, as we all know it was, and people say it wasn't, but it was, and there's evidence to back it up by this point, he inspires all of us who wanted to make a big change. And that's what he did. So as a MAGA supporter, as you all know by this point, and there are a few that didn't like that much, but that's their loss by that point. But I support MAGA and support the president in so many ways. He is inspiring, courageous, willing to do the work to make peace deals all over the world and make sure we are okay first. The great Americans in the great USA. And others might disagree with this, and he will, because they were brainwashed to think that he's a bad person, a dictator, or God knows what. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And I encourage anyone who wants to make a positive change in their life and not be a crazy left liberal who wants to demean and call us names for supporting this great man to make these changes that were necessary for us as a people and as a whole for the country. And there are a few people in power to this day who are fighting him tooth and nail, and I'm simply going to say it, the pathetic Democrats and liberals who call them names that don't understand anything without doing research. If they did the time to do the research, they would understand how we think and why we support Donald J. Trump as our president. When this video posts, I'm sure YouTube's gonna block it or God knows what, and there's gonna be negative reviews or comments, but frankly, I don't give a damn. In case it gets blocked off from certain people, share it as much as you can so this message can be cleared so everyone can see. We live in a great country that was ran badly for 4 years, and of course I don't blame Joe Biden for this to a certain extent, because he was a puppet to the powers that be to make our lives miserable so they can benefit. That's what it was. By rigging the election and then making our lives miserable by paying more than we need to, losing our free speech, and so much more. In other words, losing our freedoms as Americans bit by bit. But currently now, that's in the past. Currently now, the 45th and 47th president of these great United States is fixing those wrongs and giving us, the people, the power back to make our lives the way it should have been. Positive, more job opportunities, not being demoralized, not being called names. Even for MAGA hats, for example. The crazy left and the Democrats and so many others hate the MAGA hat simply because it states one thing. It doesn't basically mean the president. And he cares about this country. The hat simply means freedom for all of us who want better lives, not being controlled by puppets, by the swamp and everything, and have our own free will to do what we want without paying the ultimate price for an arm and a leg for simple stuff that we need and for our education. And plus more things. With people who support MAGA and the president, even I do, I want to say thank you to those who made this great change possible. And I was never involved with politics until this election came up and all the issues. And that had to change. And I'm very proud to say I wasn't alone in that regard. So I want to say thank you to all of you that made that great change. And I'm very proud of all of you to do that. So thank you. And because of that, we have a great leader in office again, and he's fixing all the wrongs that happened in the past 4 years, bit by bit. And ever since then, I've been more hopeful and optimistic to do YouTube more, to think more freely, and of course my family members don't support me supporting him or the MAGA movement, but that's their problem and their loss by this point. And that doesn't affect me negatively at all. So, if any of you who support him and your family doesn't, just know you're not alone in that regard. And this group that made this possible, this movement, we are all one people with common sense and want to go back to the golden age for America, and it's coming back little by little. So, and there are those, I'm not going to lie about it, who want to call him names, a dictator and God knows what, and those who support him, the MAGA movement, me, you, and so many others, who have those hats up there as you see, call us names, the colleges, schools, and everything else, want us to not wear those hats because they're triggered and they're acting like babies. If they can't handle the pressure, don't be in the kitchen. It's really that simple. Let people express how they feel. For the past 4 years, we've seen how people supported causes that supported, how to say this correctly without putting it wrong. Causes that made no damn sense. Sending our tax-paying dollars overseas to a war that's coming to an end. Now, thank God, because we have a great leader who knows what to do, who's not a kiss ass, and putting an end to all the nonsense that these colleges are doing. All these policies that made no damn sense, ended those. You're giving power back to the American people. And if you feel demoralized by the people around you who support the MAGA, who doesn't support the MAGA movement, or support Donald J. Trump as our president, just know and simply say this. Stay positive, be truthful to yourself, and don't let that change for who you are as a person. As a prime example, 2 people on my channel, there was a negative outlet and a positive outlet, but said it how they feel about it. One was very negative, and one was positive, but said it in a good way. And to the person who said it in a good way, your opinion is valid, but we have the right to how we think and for our opinions. So I won't demoralize anyone by that standard. And that shouldn't happen to any of us who support the MAGA movement or him. So the double standards bullshit has to end. It has to. But in time, it will. So, in short, why I'm doing this video is because I want to embrace who I am by this point. I already knew who I was before, but I was figuring out little by little. But now I know who I am fully and what I support. And if some of you don't agree, that's your right to not agree. And I'm not going to call anyone names or demoralize them. And that's not my nature. So to put it shortly and to end the video on the right time here, be truthful to yourselves. Don't let anyone tell you what to think or what you feel because they don't like the MAGA movement or the President Donald J. Trump. So this video is a testament and as a thank you for for doing the impossible by making it possible and electing a great leader and gaining benefits back that was taken away from us, and knowing who we are as a people. And there are those who are going to disagree, call us names and all that, but that won't change the fact that they know they're wrong and they don't want to admit it. It's really that simple, because they're brainwashed by the crazy left and the liberals and by the deep state. So, still stand guard, but be truthful to yourself and support what you want to support, especially the MAGA movement, the president, or any other thing that's positive, of course, and that's not negative, that hurts this great country. So I'm proud to say that I'm a MAGA supporter and I support the president. So I'm very proud of that. And I know I'm not alone in that regard. So thank you all very much for making this possible. And because of that, we all are getting our lives back little by little and bringing back faith in this great country. And since that was stripped away from us as well. So, again, thank you to all of you that made this great push. And I give you my respect for that. So thank you. And this is where I end the video. But before I do, to all the haters out there who want to talk crap about the MAGA movement without understanding it, do your homework, understand it, and then you'll understand what we feel, and why we support this great man as our president. It's really that simple. Common sense. So, other than that, I'll end the video here. And may God bless you all. Stay safe. And again, thank you all for this great opportunity and letting him being elected. May God bless you all, and see you soon.